Do you have an Amazon Alexa enabled device? You can now listen to my podcast on that device. Just go to Alexa Skills, search for K-12 Education Untangled, click Enable to enable that skill, and voila! You're now able to listen to my podcast via your Alexa enabled device. Welcome to another episode of K-12 Education Untangled. My name is Dr. Kim Fields, former corporate manager turned educational researcher and advocate, and I'm the host of this podcast. I got into this space after dealing with some frustrating interactions with school educators and administrators, as well as experiencing the micro-discriminations that I faced as an African-American mom raising my two kids who were in the public school system. I really wanted to understand how teachers were trained and what the research provided about the challenges of the public education system. Once I gained the information and the insights that I needed, I was then equipped to be able to successfully support my children in their educational progress. If you're looking to find out more about current information and issues in education that could affect you or your children, then you're in the right place. Thanks for tuning in today. I know that staying informed about K-12 education trends and topics is important to you, so keep listening. On today's episode, I'll be discussing my thoughts on the necessity of setting boundaries. Setting boundaries is necessary for your well-being. It's something that needs to be done in order to maintain a sense of self. It's about setting boundaries for yourself, not the other person. As a parent with young children, you also set boundaries for your children. I address the importance of setting boundaries for yourself and your children on this episode. Setting boundaries is crucial for adults for various reasons. Boundaries allow you to prioritize your own needs, physical and mental health, and overall well-being. By setting limits on your time, energy, and resources, you can prevent burnout, reduce stress, and maintain healthy work-life balances. Setting these boundaries is crucial even in conversations because there's no obligation to host a conversation about topics that you have no desire to discuss. This just means that you're setting healthy boundaries for your own well-being. For example, my husband likes to have a conversation about the news or politics, two topics of which I have no interest. The conversation devolves into a monologue because I set the boundary not to participate for my own self-care. Boundaries are essential for maintaining healthy and functional relationships with others. They define what's acceptable and unacceptable behavior, establishing clear expectations and mutual respect. Setting boundaries helps protect you from toxic or abusive relationships and maintain healthier dynamics with others. In the end, we teach people how to treat us, and setting boundaries helps to establish that foundation. Boundaries also provide you with the space and freedom to focus on your personal growth and self-improvement. By saying no to excessive demands or distractions, you can prioritize your own goals, passions, and aspirations, and invest in activities that align with your values and interests. Setting and enforcing boundaries require you to assert yourself and communicate your needs and limits clearly. This practice helps develop assertiveness skills, self-confidence, and self-advocacy. It enables you to express yourself authentically and assert your rights, leading to a healthier relationship and increased self-respect. Additionally, boundaries play a crucial role in managing emotional well-being. They help you protect yourself from emotional manipulation, excessive criticism, or unreasonable expectations. By setting limits on what's acceptable treatment, you can create a safe and nurturing environment for yourself and promote emotional health. Boundaries also enable you to honor your personal values and beliefs. They allow you to align your actions and choices with what's important to you without compromising your integrity or violating your principles. Boundaries serve as a guide for making decisions that are in line with your values and promote a sense of authenticity. Overall, setting boundaries is essential for you to maintain your well-being, nurture healthy relationships, foster personal growth, and live a life that aligns with your values and aspirations. On the other hand, if you don't recognize or believe that setting boundaries is important, it can lead to various challenges and negative consequences. Without setting boundaries, you may find yourself constantly overextended and overwhelmed. You may struggle to prioritize your own needs and well-being, leading to chronic stress, exhaustion, and even burnout. Ignoring the importance of setting boundaries can have detrimental effects on your physical and mental health. Boundaries are crucial for maintaining healthy and functional relationships with others. Without clear boundaries, you may struggle with maintaining appropriate boundaries with friends, families, and colleagues, and this can lead to issues such as codependency, enabling unhealthy behavior, or being taken advantage of by others. Setting boundaries is essential for personal growth and development. It allows you to focus on your own goals, passions, and aspirations, but without boundaries, you may find you're constantly distracted or pulled in different directions, hindering your ability to pursue your interests and fulfill your potential. Without boundaries, you may find it difficult to assert yourself and communicate your needs effectively. This can lead to a diminished sense of self-esteem and self-respect. You may feel taken for granted, disrespected, or disregarded by others, which impacts your overall confidence and self-worth. Setting boundaries is crucial for maintaining a healthy work-life balance, but again, without setting clear boundaries, you may find yourself constantly working or being available for work-related matters, even during your personal time. This can lead to a lack of rest, strained relationships with family and friends, and a diminished quality of life. Ignoring the importance of setting boundaries can contribute to increased stress and anxiety. Overcommitting, taking on too many responsibilities, and neglecting personal needs can create a constant state of pressure and overwhelm. This can have negative effects on mental well-being and overall life satisfaction. Boundaries help you align your actions with your values and your personal goals. Without clear boundaries, you may find it challenging to prioritize what truly matters to you. You may be easily swayed by others' demands or societal expectations, which can result in a lack of fulfillment and a sense of purpose. While you have the freedom to choose whether or not to prioritize setting boundaries, it's important to recognize the potential negative consequences that can arise from neglecting this essential aspect of self-care and healthy relationships. As a parent, setting boundaries is crucial when you have young children for several reasons. Boundaries help create a safe and secure environment for your children. By setting limits on their behavior and activities, you can protect children from potential dangers, such as hazardous objects or situations. Boundaries establish guidelines for what's safe and appropriate, promoting the physical and emotional well-being of your children. Boundaries also provide your children with a sense of structure and discipline, which is essential for their development. Clear boundaries help children understand expectations, rules, and consequences. They promote consistency in parenting and teach your children self-control, responsibility, and accountability. Setting boundaries for them supports their healthy development. Boundaries help children learn important life skills, such as respecting others' boundaries, practicing self-regulation, and understanding limits. They provide opportunities for your children to learn and grow, fostering their independence, decision-making abilities, and problem-solving skills. Boundaries also teach children how to navigate social interactions and build healthy relationships. By setting boundaries, you teach your children about respect, empathy, and consent. They help children understand the importance of personal space, communication, and mutual respect in their interactions with others. Boundaries also contribute to the emotional well-being of both children and their parents. Clear boundaries help children to develop a sense of security and predictability, reducing anxiety and stress. They also enable you to maintain your own emotional well-being by establishing limits on your availability and providing you with personal space. Additionally, boundaries provide you with an opportunity to instill your values and ethics in your children. By setting boundaries based on your values, you can guide your children toward understanding and embracing important principles such as honesty, kindness, and respect. Finally, setting boundaries is essential for parental self-care. It allows you to establish time and space for your own needs, interests, and well-being. By setting limits on your availability and responsibilities, you can recharge, maintain your own identity, and prevent burnout, leading to more effective and fulfilled parenting. In summary, setting boundaries is important for parents with young children as it promotes safety, discipline, healthy development, social skills, emotional well-being, values teaching, and parental self-care. Boundaries provide a structure and framework that support both the child's growth and your ability to nurture and guide your children effectively. Once these boundaries, rules, and limitations are established, as children grow, the foundation has already been put in place with consequences should the boundaries be exceeded. But there are downsides when you don't establish boundaries. Some of those negative consequences can include a lack of discipline and structure. Without boundaries, children may lack structure and discipline in their lives. They may struggle to understand expectations, rules, and consequences, which can lead to confusion and inconsistent behavior. This can result in challenges with self-control, impulse regulation, and overall behavioral difficulties. There's a reason there are rules, laws, and policies that govern the behavior of citizens. This helps to instill structure in a society. When boundaries are not put in place, your children may engage in unsafe or risky behaviors. They may not understand the potential dangers or consequences of their actions, putting themselves at risk physically, emotionally, or socially. This can lead to accidents, injuries, or engagement in harmful activities. Children without boundaries may struggle with building healthy relationships and navigating social interactions. They may have difficulties respecting others' boundaries, understanding the importance of consent, or empathizing with others. This can lead to challenges in forming and maintaining positive relationships with peers, siblings, and authority figures. The absence of boundaries can result in emotional instability and insecurity for children. Without clear limits, children may feel uncertain, anxious, or overwhelmed. They may struggle with regulating their emotions and behaviors, leading to mood swings, outbursts, or difficulty managing stress. Boundaries provide opportunities for children to learn responsibility and accountability, and without them, Children may not develop a sense of ownership over their own actions or understand the consequences of their choices. This can hinder their ability to take responsibility for their behavior and learn from their mistakes. Further, without boundaries, children may develop a sense of entitlement, expecting to have their every need and desire fulfilled without considering the needs and boundaries of others. They may struggle with respecting authority figures, peers, or personal boundaries, leading to challenges in social and familial relationships. When you fail to set boundaries for your children, you may experience burnout and overwhelm yourself. Without time for self-care or personal space, you may become emotionally and physically drained, leading to decreased patience, effectiveness, and overall well-being. This can negatively impact the parent-child relationship and your ability to provide consistent care and guidance. Overall, the absence of boundaries can have detrimental effects on both your children and you. It can lead to challenges in discipline, safety, social skills, emotional well-being, responsibility, and respect. Setting boundaries is crucial for creating a nurturing and healthy environment that supports the child's growth and development. Given these two types of situations, setting boundaries for yourself as well as setting boundaries for your children, the necessity of setting boundaries is unquestionable. The downside of not setting boundaries leads to various challenges and negative situations. Do yourself a favor and establish your boundaries. Then see how liberating this can be for you. As is the usual case for these thought-sharing episodes, in which I close with one or two quotes or a clean joke. On this episode, I conclude with a couple of funnies for your enjoyment. My wife asked me why I spoke so softly in the house. I said I was afraid Mark Zuckerberg was listening. She laughed, I laughed, Alexa laughed, Siri laughed.
I'm not sure.
Did you know that 14 muscles are activated when opening a bottle of wine? Fitness is my passion. Every few days, it would be smart to put your jeans on to make sure they still fit. Your pajamas and sweats will have you believe all is well. You're riding a horse full speed and you have a giraffe beside you and a lion chasing you. What should you do? You might want to sober up and get off the carousel. If this is the type of subject matter and discussion that resonates with you, please follow my podcast on whatever service you're listening to this. Also, I'd love to hear from you, so please leave me a rating, a review, or a comment on Apple, Spotify, or Podchaser. If you like this podcast, the best way to support me and help me grow it is by leaving a review. This helps my rankings and entices other people to listen to the show. And share this episode with anyone that you think would find it valuable. Be sure to tell your friends, family, and community about my podcast. Additionally, you can connect with me on Instagram and Facebook using the handle Kim J. Fields. Thanks for listening today. I hope you'll come back for more K-12 educational discussions with even more exciting topics to untangle. And be sure to stay tuned. On the next episode, I'll be discussing using gamification in the classroom. Until next time, aim to learn something new every day.